Hello guys, welcome to my channel once again. This is Prime Concept. We want to continue with our concept of trigonometry. In our previous videos, we have some videos on trigonometry. We've introduced the concept of trigonometry. In this video, we want to look specifically into Pythagorean identity. It's a very important identity in trig. If you're offering calculus in maths, you'll be needing this concept. In physics, you'll be needing this concept. And perhaps in chemistry, in some areas of chemistry, you'll be needing this concept. So it's very important to us. Now, first, we're going to start by recalling the triangle we gave when we did basic trig identities. A right angled triangle. We called here A, we called this side B, and we called this side C. Then this is the angle we are considering, theta. Now, if you recall, we wrote out some of these identities. I don't know, because of space, let me see if I can write them out. We wrote sin²θ. We said sin² is opposite over hypotenuse, opposite, which is A over C, hypo. We also got cos²θ. Cos² is adjacent, B over hypotenuse, C. We also got tan². Tan² is opposite over adjacent, that is A over B. Then we got cot². Cot is just the inverse of tan, so which is going to be B over A. We have sec²θ. Sec is the inverse of cos, or 1 over cos, rather. So which is C over B. Then finally we have cosec. Cosec theta. Cosec is 1 over sine, which is just going to be C over A. We got all these things in our previous video as the basic trig ratios, right? So we got these things. Now I want to look at Pythagorean identity. Now, what is Pythagorean identity? Every one of us is familiar with a powerful law in mathematics, which you know as Pythagoras' theorem. So from this right triangle, we can get Pythagoras' theorem. And according to Pythagoras, the square of the hypotenuse, which is c², is equal to the sum of the squares of the other side. So equal to a² plus b². So I'll call this equation 1. This is Pythagoras' theorem, but that is not where we are going to. We want to use that to get the identities, the trig identities. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to divide both sides, but I would prefer to write this way. Still same as saying a² plus b² equals c². So it's still the same thing. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to divide through this equation by c². So I'm going to pick c², divide through the equation by c². So I would have, let me write it, divide through by c². Then I would have that a² over c² plus b² over c² equals c² over c², because I'm dividing through by that. And this can be written specially as a over c all squared. Why? Because they have square in common, according to what we learned from indices. Same way, I would have plus b over c. I can also put all squared, and then equal to c² would cancel c² to give us what? To give us 1. So from this equation we can deduce something. We have a over c here, then all squared. We have b over c, then all squared. If we look at our basic trig functions, we can find a over c. There's a over c, and a over c represents what? Sin²θ. So it means in place of a over c, I can write sin²θ. Then if I put sin²θ, it will be raised to power of 2. So I have sin² all raised to the power of what? 2 plus. Let's check what b over c would be. B over c, okay, b over c is what? Cos²θ. So I would write it plus cos² all raised to power what? 2. Then this is equal to what? 1. Right? Yes. So if we do this, of course, one of the things you should know is that in trigonometry, we don't prefer to write sin² all squared this way. There's a new symbol that we use. So whenever you see sin² all squared, it's same thing as saying sine, then we'll put the square here, theta. So these two things are the same. Plus what now? Cos squared all theta then equal to what? 1. So this is one of our Pythagorean identity. So it is very important for every student to know that sin² plus cos² is what? 1. Always. Sin² plus cos² is what? 1. Some books may decide not to use theta, so it's not just applicable to theta, it's applicable to anything you think of. Sin²x plus cos²x is what? 1. Again, I want you to also know that what is actually unique about this identity is the angle. As long as this angle and this angle are the same, then it should always be 1. So I can also say sin²2θ plus cos²2θ should be equal to what? 1. It's still correct. I can also say sin²3θ plus cos²3θ is equal to what? 1. Also correct. So as long as the angles are same, it is correct. But if you say sin²2θ plus cos²3θ, will it be correct? Of course it won't, because the angles are no longer what? The same. So it's important for you to know that this angle can be anything. This can be sin²30 plus cos²30. It should be what? 1, because it is both 30 degrees. Sin²60 plus cos²60 should be what? 1. So any angle you can think of. And that is why when we get deeper into trig, we're going to be relating this, even using half angle relations. So I can still say, I'm just trying to lay emphasis because it's too important. The application is wide. I can still say sin² theta over 2 plus cos² theta over 2 equals 1. This is also correct. This half angle relation. So we can use so many things to relate this. So this is true. Now I'm going to take the second one. So I'll have to rub this space and repeat to get the second. Remember, we've gotten first, which I'm calling equation A. So never you forget that sin²θ plus cos²θ is what? 1. Very correct. Now let's look at the next part. So we want to get the next identity. Let me rub here and write the first one I've obtained. So the first we obtained is sin²θ plus cos²θ is 1. So this is the first we have obtained. We want to obtain 2 more. And this time around, remember the first case, what did we do? We divided through by c². So I'm going to pick some other variable now to do so. So I'm going to divide through, in this case, maybe by a², and then the last one will divide by b². So we'll just repeat this. So I'm going to divide through by what? b². So in this case, I would have a² divided by b² plus b² divided by b² equals c² divided by b². So that I can write this together, I can group it, a divided by b all squared plus what? 1, of course, because b² divided by b² is 1. So equals, I can group this again, c divided by b all what? Squared. So if I come here again, I'll check what is a over b. A over b is what? Tan²θ. So I'll replace that. So I have tan² all what? Squared plus 1 equals, what is c over b? I'll check again. C over b is what? Sec. So I'll say sec² all what? Squared. So which simply means I can write this as what? Tan² plus 1 equals what? Sec² equals sec². Please and please, there is need for me to emphasize that what you're seeing, tan²θ, this is not the same as this. These two things are not the same, so please don't make this mistake. This is tan²θ, but this one is what? This one is what? tan²θ. What is the difference? This one simply means you first of all get the angle tan. Let's say you want to find tan²30. You first find tan²30. Whatever you get as tan²30, you square it. That is what this means. But in this case, if you say 2 times 30, which is 60, then you say tan60. So please understand the difference between these two things. At the end of the video, I'll still take an example to differentiate these two symbols, square and 2 times, so you don't mix it. So we've been able to arrive at the second Pythagorean identity, which is what? Let me write it here. tan²θ plus 1 equals what? sec²θ. So this is equation B. Of course, I may decide to still rewrite it so that I can push 1 to this side, which is still okay. So, but then this is the best way it should be. Anyhow you put it. Somebody may say, why not write it as sec²θ minus tan²θ equals 1. This is still correct. This is still correct, right? Yes. But I prefer, this is most prevalent. Then whatever you want to do, you can make whichever you prefer the subject. Let's go straight to the last part. For the last part, I'm going to divide all through by what? You are very correct. I'll divide all through by a². I'll divide all through by what? a². So to do this now, we would simply have a² divided by a² plus b² divided by a² equals c² divided by a². Now a² by a² is going to give us what? 1 plus b over a all squared equals c over a all squared. So I have 1 plus. Now let's check. What is b over a? B over a, b over a, b over a is what? Cos²θ. So I'll write cos² all squared equals, what is c over a? Let's quickly check. C over a is cosec. I want you to also know that the short form for cosec is CSC. So if you don't see this, you would also see this. I prefer to use this. So this also means what? Cosec. So let me use it to save space. CSC all what? Squared. So that is what we have. So I can also write this by saying 1 plus cos²θ equals what? Cosec squared theta. So this is our final identity, right? Yes, which if I put it here, I would have 1 plus cos²θ equals cosec squared theta. So this is equation C. So we've been able to get 3 Pythagorean identity, and we'll be using this. Remember, we're still digging into trigonometry one at a time. We've done, this is our 3rd video explaining trigonometry. We'll still get to a part where we begin to talk about compound angle. We'll look at special angles, compound angle formula, and so on, and then how to play around these identities. As we get deep into trig, I'm still going to teach you other ways of obtaining this identity. This is not the only way, but then this is as the basic level. At the basic level, this is one of the ways we can do that. And then finally, I mentioned that I'm going to do a clarification on something that may be a point of confusion for my students. Now, I mentioned that, for example, sin² θ is not the same as sin²θ. And somebody might ask, what's the difference between these two things? I will show you how to solve both of them. Let's say we are dealing with 30 degrees. So it means I would have sin²30. Let's find sin²30, so that you can also see. First, you should understand that when you see the 2 above, this same thing as saying sin30, then I'll come out and put my square, because this 2 is above, right? Yes. So what do I know? I know that sin30 is 0.5. So I'll say 0.5 all what? Squared. So if I square 0.5, this would give me 0.25, I guess. So it means that sin²θ is what? 0.25. Now let's check what sine. The other one would be sin². This is supposed to be 2 times 30, because when you say 2θ, it means 2 times. So what do we have? This is going to be sine. 2 times 30 is what? 60. So and what is sine 60? Sine 60 is 0.8660. So that is sine 60, or root 3 over 2. So that is sine 60. You can see the answers are clearly different. This 0.25, 0.8660, they are not the same. So it means you should never mix up squared and 2 times, never the same. So please, as I'm explaining these things, it is so that as we get deep into trig, you won't meet any point of confusion or challenge, because I want to unravel the concept in a way that everybody, no matter how long you've left this concept, you would understand it very well. So at this point, we have come to the end of this video. In our next video, we'll do something very important and powerful. So stay tuned so that you would get that next video update. Do well to like this video, comment, share with your friends. Tell them prime concept is doing something powerful in trigonometry. Thank you.